All right, maintenance committee. Hole 15's collar. I spoke to the county. They ordered a couple ground sleeves for us.
They had the thing red hot.
And they were, yeah, thank you, Troy, for attempting to fix that. They were the wrong ones. I think they were Hanover ground sleeves. So I called Discraft, and he sent me over the correct one very quickly. I got it this Tuesday. And I held up, looked at them, measured them. Everything was different. The lock would never have fit, and it was loose. So we have a ground sleeve. I need to take that ground sleeve, though, and show it to Don Hofstra, the superintendent, so that he physically can see what the difference is and contact his vendor, BSN Sports, about ordering us the correct type. So we have a new ground sleeve. Just give me a couple days to meet with him, and then we can proceed to go ahead and install it. Yes.
We will buy the Hanover ones from you.
Okay. Let me talk to him about that. I don't think it was
I want you to just club buy them or the county buy them?
county before us.
We will buy them whatever they pay for them. Because we get ready to put in 2 alternate baskets, and we're going to do 2 sleeves.
Very nice. Thank you, Rudy, for getting the bench at hole 8 taken care of. Appreciate that.
Yeah, good work.
You are the man, Rudy. You are the man.
We need another copy of the keys. I haven't actually been a part of the in between rounds in the monthly in probably 4 months. And Fig did it last month, and he said that they only had 1 set of keys. I think it was from the back 9, not for the front 9. So can we get another copy just so we can keep in the lockbox?
So did you move them, Rude? Yeah. You did? You moved the baskets? Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, we can just get another copy of it, at least the front 9, I think. If you'll just get a copy of both, Rudy, that'd be good.
Absolutely. I second that. I second that motion.
All right.
How about-
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Getting back to the 15 thing. So are we gonna go in there, dig up that old ball of concrete
Oh, yeah.
and put another one right in that same position?
Oh, yeah.
What else would we do? Is that whatever? Well, we can move it straight in front of it, move it to the right, move it offset it from where the original position is at. That's a lot of damn. We've done that
You
before.
better not mess with it, yeah.
Would you rather just cut the collar flat, you're saying? I mean,
If we can grind off
We could cut. Yeah, we could take a
that, then
skill saw, or not a skill saw, sawzall, and cut that collar off flat.
Can you use power tools out there?
You can get a
Cordless.
cordless
Can I
out
get
there.
permission?
Enough to
Cordless
get
is
through that. but
cordless is
still.
a power tool. It's still
Oh,
a power tool.
you mean the county can't?
The county will not allow us to. I mean, if you guys want to renegade it, I'm not saying. I'm just letting you guys know. The county will not allow us to use power tools.
Well, if it ends up below the ground and it's covered up, though, we could go right behind it.
We could.
Let's just
Yeah.
leave it
so
there.
dig a little round and sledgehammer it down to the ground.
I'd say just pick it, just pull it
I
up
mean,
and
I've pulled
replace it.
out from the ground before after
yeah,
we've done our whole thing with the rebar and the concrete, and yeah, it's a pain in the butt.
Well, it's only 80 pounds.
But,
I mean,
but
but you put rebar in it,
may
man.
end
Fig will
up
tell
being-
you it's a lot harder than you think
Yeah.
it is.
I'll have to talk to the county about that and see what our options are.
Which kind of goes into my
Don't talk
question.
Fuzz.
Yeah.
Don't
Not on.
They'll bring a track over through
I'll
there.
get it
Yeah,
down.
right
I'll
out
put it
there.
down. I'll get it
Tear
down.
it
for
up.
county employees, but don't talk to them about that.
Okay, so
There's no need to talk to them.
Of course, it's on.
don't forget it's on
I agree.
official public record right now as well.
That's
How about
Okay, you and I'll talk about that.
And
how about yeah, he's off camera.
I'm off now.
There's been a tree down on hole 10 for like months and months, and I play with a group of amateurs out a lot, and they're all driving like right into that. So we can't cut it ourselves. How do we go about getting that out of there?
We
can't just
have
leave
to
it.
we have to request that tree to be cut, to be cleared out and taken out of there.
We could get.
Okay, have we
we
made that
can-
request?
First of all, it's only been there for 5 years.
No, it's been there.
I was there the day it fell. So
Well,
I
2 months
think-
into the school semester,
I
it's
think-
been there the whole time.
I think we need a work day. I think Castle Hay needs a work day.
Okay, and that's exactly what we're coming to
Yeah.
next. We do have some things that we need to do. The tree on 10 is one.
We can take that tree out of there.
Thank you for getting, Dave, the graffiti
Let's
off
use
the
hand saws.
whole 7's T
Take
sign.
it out of there. Just like, what we do is we'll cut it into sections.
As far as making improvements out of Castle Hang, I think that we need to get some signage up, and I will definitely talk to the county about this and see how much they're willing to help us. But I do think that we need to get a course. Well, the rules of disc golf need to be up somewhere. That's a safety concern, believe it or not, if you don't post how to play the game. We also need some courtesy rules up there as well, as far as people that like to walk the course and walk their dogs on the course. That needs to be up there. Just talking about fair warning to anyone that comes onto the property, and then we're covered from a litigation standpoint. I also believe that of all the entry points where a lot of the walkers like to go in, we need to come up with a real simple little sign that we can post up to let these people know, caution, you're getting ready to enter a disc golf course. Please be advised, there's flying discs, you may get injured. And there's several entry points where a lot of people like to walk in. Our maintenance committee will need to find those places and write them on a map or flag them off or something. And then we'll be able to go to the county and say, we'd like 7 signs or 9 signs that say this, because it is a safety issue. There's one place the castle needs to step up a little bit in the safety area. And Dave, you were saying workday, so if we combine 15 and dealing with the tree on 10, is there anything else you think we need to do? Anything else anybody thinks we need to do? I mean, we don't need to really do any trimming.
There's a leaning tree on 15. There's a collar installation on 15. There's the tree on 10. There's several. I mean, I'd like to get that sawed up tree on 3 out of there as well at some point.
Okay.
But other than that, well, I mean, from a maintenance standpoint, there's somebody's carved up hole 7's bench. They've scraped some stuff in there.
Right.
But that's that's long term. That's not immediate. But I think honestly, that right there is a pretty full day. That tree on 10, like Max said, it's going to take some work to get that thing out of there.
But that is something that they would do. The county would have to go in and cut that.
No, we
right?
could do it. We could cut it. I mean, we could definitely take
I
some
thought we
hands.
couldn't use power tools.
We don't, but I've got a handsaw that'll cut right through that thing. I mean, you don't have to have a power tool to remove that tree.
But is it easier to make a request?
I mean, it is, but man, the county, first thing the county will do is tear up 3 trees trying to get in there.
Yeah.
You know, and then they'll get the truck stuck and they'll, I'd much rather take care of that ourselves.
Both saws.
Like we always have, yeah. Yep.
Just get Tiny to rip it out.
I mean, Tiny could drag it out. Well, we just got to get it a little bit. Cut it in half. Tiny could get it out of there.
Yeah, absolutely. Good. Well, that's a good start then for Castle Hill.
Are we ever going to put the phone pole back in the corner of 12?
Yes.
Well, the county obviously
hit away
did not
nicely.
like us putting that in there. I think they felt it was dangerous, that maybe it could fall over and hurt someone. I don't think we need to push that button right now.
Put up for the azalea.
I don't think they'd have a problem with us planting a tree there.
Azalea pole.
But as
Eric
far
will
as
never
sticking a
last.
pole,
We already
well,
tried that.
They'll poison it.
We've tried it.
officially, I don't think we should put a pole back
Christmas
there.
tree.
Officially, I
$200
don't believe we should.
You know what's weird about that? The thing was 4 foot in the ground.
Yeah, well, they pulled it out, and, or somebody pulled it out at one point, and then
We
we
know
went
where
back
it is.
in.
It's just a man-made part of the course, that's what scares them.
Yeah, that's true. Arrowhead, tonight we're gonna try to get some volunteers for committees. I'll just quickly say, I did speak to Jeff and Wayne about Arrowhead, and I asked both of those guys to put their heads together and come up with a small list, 2, 3, 4 items that they felt like were immediate safety dangers that we could handle before we actually get into the design aspect of it. Did you come up with a little small list, Wayne?
Yes, I have a list that tells the condition of every tee out there. If we don't do anything but get the ball rolling on fixing those tees, then we should do that. And there is a dead tree on 15 that needs to come down. And there are a lot of tees that need to be fixed. If we can go in there and do all that without, it shouldn't be a big uproar to get that done.
I think so.
Number 9 is the most critical, 16 will be next. There's several of them that are above the ground. These tees have to be set in the ground.
And they need to be boxed up.
Well, some of them do and some of them don't, it depends on its location. If it's in a flat spot, like number 11 is out there, right now it's set perfect, without a board. Depends on where it is. The ones that need borders are the ones that are elevated and the sand washes out.
Okay.
Well, eventually, when you get sponsors and stuff, they all get boarded up and nice and stuff like that, which is
Yeah, we don't need to wait on that, we need
Yeah,
the
we-
tees.
No, oh, yeah, but as far as getting the ones that are safety issues, you're right, 16 and 9 are really bad.
And that dead tree on 15 needs to come down.
Okay, thank you. Now,
And there are other tees that need work.
okay,
I'd like to see some fairway maintenance too. And in some of the fairways, there's like 3
Yeah,
foot.
we got scrubs
Where,
growing up.
where a stump was ground flat almost, now there's like 3 foot of new tree going around them in
Yep.
several of the fairways.
okay.
Yeah, 9 is really bad from when
Yeah,
they made those 9.
18 is horrific.
Yeah.
The maintenance committee, seeing as I'm meeting the county on the 15th, which is just about a week from here, they're gonna wanna know where we're at on Arrowhead. And, that means that the maintenance committee needs to meet as a committee at Arrowhead and at Castle Hayne at some point here soon and physically look and talk about the issues there. So those of you who think that the maintenance committee might be for you, we'll have to plan that. And we're going to be getting to committees here in a little bit and setting that. All right, tournament. Chi, you already gave us a monthly report, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're good there. Kyle, tell us a little bit about the Monday doubles real quick.
Well, actually, we stopped doing the Monday doubles once the time change happens.
Okay.
You have to start at like 3:30.
Yeah,
The dark sunset was 5:15 today, so that's kind of crazy.
How did the last one go? Tell me quickly. How
Last
did
one,
you?
we had 12 people, with 3 consecutive groups.
That's good.
The winning groups got $24 a piece. The losers got 6 a piece, or second place, not losers. First. And we actually had a tie last week, and everyone in the group consensus to do a CTP for the winner. So they threw from the kiosk to hole 14, and I think Alan's group actually took it.
Congratulations.
Yes.
So what the bail was 24 and what?
It was
24 and 6.
Yeah,
Go get
You
it.
charge her $5?
5 plus the 1 for ace pool, and our ace pool is at $63 right now.
Nice, dude. That's awesome.
Thank you very
You
much
guys want to come try to get it?
for stepping up.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
You
it.
thought about maybe going to Saturday?
Yeah, is that a possibility?
Yeah, it is.
We're going to talk about schedules right now, monthlies and doubles. It seems to me that everyone is asking for 2 separate monthlies and 2 separate doubles. I would love to do that. I would love to double the amount of action that we have every month since we have 2 courses. So, that being said, let's open up for discussion quickly about which week of the month and whether it's Saturday or Sunday that we would like to do our monthlies and our doubles. We probably will keep our Saturday monthly going like it's been going
Yeah, Castle Hayne.
at Castle Hayne.
Second Saturday.
That's
This Saturday.
It's the first, yes, right.
just
And
said
now,
Sunday, but-
for the Arrowhead monthly,
You can play both.
does the third weekend sound like a good, you week off, and then you get back in with another one, does that sound?
weekend will give you a week off, right?
Yeah.
Second, third, or fourth.
Second weekend is Castle Hayne,
So you do
The
The
fourth.
second and fourth?
second Saturday.
Fourth is Lumberton.
Saturday.
I don't know that would be that big of a deal.
They're
Lumberton's
2
an hour
hours
and
away.
15, it's an hour and 15 minutes away.
Which
Only
is
people that really
Jacksonville?
ever go play is
Jacksonville's
us,
third.
me and Scuba. Jacksonville's the
Jacksonville's the
third, so
third.
that's a good one to avoid. So I say
Jacksonville-
second and fourth is actually
Second-
really good.
Jacksonville's
What about the
Monday.
first?
What is it?
Jacksonville's the first.
Is the first?
They
Okay.
moved theirs not to coincide.
I still think that's second and fourth still works good.
Brunswick is the first Sunday.
Brunswick's first Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah.
Okay. And we start, what's our starting time, 9:30,
We
10
tee at
on
10.
Castle Hayne?
Yeah, sign up at 9:30, tee off at 10.
Does that sound like we could just keep that for Arrowhead as well?
That sounds perfect.
And then so last Saturday of the month.
Second and fourth.
Well, 4th Saturday, because some Saturdays have 5. Some months.
Right. Okay.
Some
So
months
fourth-
might have that extra.
That's right. Fourth Saturday, 10 a.m. tea time.
Yep.
Now, do we have a TD for the monthly? Are you cool with that, Kyle?
I'm okay with that.
Heck
Now,
yeah.
will someone, the guy who does, is it you who does the Castle Lane? Will you come down and show me the ropes maybe the first couple Saturdays?
Oh, yeah.
We'll get you some
I got a
assistance.
suggestion, why don't you come out this Saturday?
Kyle, we'll get you some help for sure, man. Now, this is
What
the
about
thing,
plastic?
This is the thing to think about, though, is that how are we gonna how are we going to do the AM payout in Arrowhead? I mean, it's going to be a huge pain in both of whoever the TDs is to drive around exchanging plastic.
I think we can split up the booty. I mean, we've got a bunch of discs. Fairly split it up into 2 separate ends. You even suggested getting a separate cash box or.
We do. We definitely need to set whoever's going to run the Arrowhead monthly. We need to set them up with a monthly kit.
They need their own budget, I think. You know.
Yeah, they need their own
I
kit.
mean, with you know,
This
here
is
you
a-
go,
this is a big
and
step,
then their
guys,
own
just to let
budget.
y'all know. This is a big step.
It's
This
a
is
big
going to
step.
require some serious planning.
But that's right. But don't be intimidated
I'm
because
not.
it's
I'm not
not
saying
that. I mean,
Yeah, it's not that big.
speaking to you, you look like you're ready for it. It's really not a big deal.
I would be down for helping him.
I'll be there for
I'm
sure.
sure, for sure.
But the thing is-
friendly and helpful.
I've got a checklist that will make your day.
Yeah.
All right, everything's right
But we
there.
don't have the
Tell you how to
checklist.
do it.
I think that the club. I mean, honestly, I think we need to think about the expense. We need a new. He needs a leaderboard.
Yeah,
Do score point.
yeah. A
You know what I'm saying? So
leaderboard.
there's things he's going to need that are going to have an inherent
That's
cost.
Scorecard.
The CDL can loan a marsh score point.
Hey, that's nice.
Until you get.
Do they even still make the scoreboards like we
I
have?
I think
They
so.
do. You
Absolutely. And
combine
we can
them
always
with
use
PDGA.
another. We can definitely use.
Ours was
Wouldn't hurt.
$125. That was.
How much was it, Brent?
$125.
Was it really?
We just got one. How much was it?
Anybody got any window pane, any shutters? Have you seen the ones they make with the shutters? They're awesome. You guys have one of those? That thing works awesome.
Yeah, we made that.
Pay $125 for it. See what I'm saying?
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Okay.
We have gone $100.
So if we move doubles to Arrowhead on Saturdays, should we avoid the Castle Lane and the Arrowhead monthly? Obviously, we won't be able to do it, and just do it the odd Saturdays.
2 Saturdays.
Yeah.
and third.
The first, third,
Yeah.
and fifth was there.
And maybe we could get somebody to do Castle Hane on the. Well, no, never mind.
Now,
Never
we
mind.
have always done doubles once a week, which I personally liked that myself. Now, if we did do that, then that would mean that on those second and fourth weekends, we'd have to do it on a Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday doubles would actually be better.
The Arrowhead Sunday is cool though because it,
So you could run
In-house
doubles. Well, now you're getting Chris Wolf and Bobby's doubles.
That's why
That's some Bobby's
Our
doubles.
our monthly is on a Sunday too.
Well,
I
remember
don't
we talked
want
about
the
that
two
last.
doubles to overlap. That's-
Remember Troy, we talked about that last month.
Yeah,
Same.
we want them to be
Remember,
separate.
he doesn't like those guys doing that because they're not.
If we do it on Arrowhead,
It's still
something going on every week,
very big problem.
and it doesn't.
Oh, I see what
We
you're
don't have to have it
saying.
every week.
Not getting
That's
people.
why our Saturday
doing
was
it
successful.
bi-monthly.
Everybody played Sunday.
That's still a good. Just during the winter
I
time.
don't know why
yeah,
we're
just, we
back
gotta
off.
be able to deal with this because I mean, in the big picture, don't we want another course in New Hanover County?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The big picture, man, we want another course here, so trying to figure out Lumberton and Jacksonville and Richland's monthlies and all that, I don't think that should be our issue.
No,
I think we should
yeah.
just, bam, if that's when we wanna have it, that's when New Hanover
What
County's
if we
gonna
had
have
one
it.
doubles and just alternated courses?
That's a good
There
idea.
you
So
go.
you're thinking
There you
every
go.
Sunday and alternate courses for now?
Odd and even?
Oh, that's true.
That whole week.
Yeah.
What about?
We just got to get somebody to run the Castle Hane one. That's the thing.
What about doing it every
Sunday.
other Saturday
Did you
on
say
the
Sunday or
Saturdays?
Saturday?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, because I can't make it Sunday.
Good.
And Pleasure Island.
Every other
Sundays.
Saturday.
Pleasure Island plays every Sunday. Our monthly is on a Sunday. Pleasure Island is booked
You
up
guys do
Sundays.
Sundays.
Yeah, and we do alternate courses too.
Well, I'm thinking during the winter months, we're gonna have to pare it down and have less doubles, just because of that.
Time constraints.
And during the winter, or during the summer months, we'll be able to actually have a lot more
Yeah,
doubles.
like, I could do it, every week on the summertime, but
Yeah, it's
the
pushing it a
winter,
little too hard.
3:30, no one's gonna be able to make it to 3:30.
Yeah.
What jobs?
Nah.
So you guys like going, like, say, the first Saturday and the third Saturday, and alternate between Castle Hane and doubles, and we start right there for wintertime schedule?
Sounds good. Yeah, cause you can separate it winter time and, or we can even go political and say it's daylight savings and
Yeah.
standard.
Then you got one event every week.
Yes.
You know, you have a doubles one week and then a monthly the next week. Everywhere.
What about start time for Saturday doubles?
It's a tricky one.
Who's gonna run it?
Mr. Kyle Langwood right here.
Well, Kyle's one of the people that's going to be running doubles.
I think we should just stick with the same 9:30 sign up, 10 start.
Then two times so everybody can make college football.
That's true.
You remember TiVo? Works too.
You'd be surprised.
It's not the same, man. It's, I mean.
You already know.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Somebody's gonna let you know who
Stay
won.
off
Stay off of Facebook. I already know better than that. Stay
Live
off of Facebook.
sports.
I like to watch real football.
I like that.
Right.
We'll stick
Here,
with
here.
that.
See how it works? See how it works?
When daylight saving time flips back next year, we'll have to just refigure out the summer schedule.
Yeah.
No problem.
Hey, Bob,
Yes.
I run the Saturday doubles at Castle Plains.
Nice.
Okay.
There we go.
Wonderful.
Now, should we
Thank you.
should we share an ace pool or
No.
And do we want to keep payouts, ace pool, everything separate for the two
I would.
events?
I would for sure.
One more question. What about our points system, our points spread?
There's no points and doubles.
No.
No points.
I mean, for the Arrowhead,
Monthly and
That's a whole nother.
You have to
Hold on,
start that
topic.
next year.
Yeah,
that's right, but do, I mean, do we
January.
want to combine the two? And say, well, I mean, you know, it's the New Hanover Disc Golf Club,
I think we
you know,
just
yearly
copy.
points series.
carbon copy.
Mike,
Not
what would be
very-
two separate series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
I would take our
Yeah.
formula and just apply it to everything.
They should be two separate series,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because you got guys that aren't going to necessarily come to Arrowhead to be competitive like that, or come to the castle
Either.
and they're more
Yeah.
competitive at Arrowhead.
Okay.
Boz, I'll help Troy with the Saturday doubles at Castle Hanger.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Al.
I have the doubles kit, Troy.
The one with the nice box.
No, the red bag that you have.
He's a really,
Okay,
really nice
never
one.
mind.
bring it
No, I got your red bag.
So,
Yeah, I
So
think
we
that's
do-
Russ's red bag.
I got the deck of
so
cards.
we know we need to make
I have
a
it.
duplicate. We need to have a Castle Hang stuff and an entire duplicate kit
That's right.
for Arrowhead.
2 monthly
Right,
kids,
right.
2 double kids.
Two, are not the doubles and the monthly kind of the same thing?
No, they're two
No.
totally different kids.
Well,
4 kids.
Is there a
Two
separate ace pool for
yeah,
those?
no,
Yep.
no, they're different.
Separate ace pool.
Yeah.
Separate.
Separate.
So we need 4 kits, 4
Correct.
separate kits.
Well, we've got a doubles. We've got a monthly and a doubles kit already for Castle Hang.
Yeah.
You need 2 more, one for Arrowhead, monthly and a doubles.
what's in your doubles kit?
It's basically and you can do it any other way, but the way we choose groups is a deck of cards. Then, yep, it's super basic, but you're going to need scorecards. You're going to need a payout sheet with what you're going to pay with your payout structure, and then a sign-up sheet.
Okay.
How we do it in Castle Hang is we do a pro-am doubles. So if we have 10 people, we select the 5 best and create a pro division. Then we have the 5 that are not as good as amateurs, and then we draw 1 am, 1 pro. You don't have to do that if you guys want to do random draw. So you'd need some cash to make change, scorecards, CTP, flags, bags, and pencils, and a deck of cards to choose groups.
Okay. Yeah, when I just had like a little scorecard that I printed off in my house.
Yeah, that's it. It doesn't have to be specific to the course. It
That
can
could
just
be
be a
the
generic
ace pool
scorecard.
money may change.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what
the
you
question
do
I wanted to ask.
until you ace pool gets hit.
Pro-am?
I can put one together.
That'd be cool.
Okay, what was the question,
Do
Troy?
we want to do pro-am or random draw?
I feel like it's Kyle. If
You
Kyle's
want
going to run it, I feel
to
like it's his decision.
DG at Arrowhead?
No, I'm talking about,
Depends on who shows up.
At Castle Hang, I like the
Castle Hang
pro-am.
what it is.
Yeah,
Castle Hang. Okay.
It is fairer, and I have seen the disappointment in guys' faces when they show up and they're put on with another am,
Yeah.
and then the 2 top pros in the club are there. You pretty much know you haven't
I
got a
agree,
shot.
I agree.
If
But
you're there to compete. Let's
It
be-
depends on who shows up, though. Really. I mean,
Well, at the
You know.
castle, we've had competitive doubles. I think at Arrowhead, I would probably start it with random draw and see how it works.
I mean, that's how we've been doing it.
It's a shorter course.
Even bad people would have good days at Arrowhead.
That's exactly right.
I mean, I've had good days at Arrowhead nonstop. So.
All right. Finally,
Yeah, exactly.
our independent tournaments. Apparently, the Chris Wolf doubles, which was being run by Bobby, is called the Bent Tree doubles.
Yeah.
Okay. I added to the bylaws that an active club member must be present at all club functions. So we are bringing in the Bent Tree doubles. I know that Jeffro is now an active club member. So as long as one active club member is there as a representative, I think that we're in the clear.
What are you deeming active?
Active as in what we defined, keeping up with attendance policy, coming to meetings.
Has Jeffrey been to a meeting yet?
No, he hasn't.
Okay.
Now,
New members.
Got 3 emails.
yeah, I thought about wording that as active/inactive.
Well, I would use
mean
current.
that any club member, as long as they were there. So I'm going to feedback. Tell me.
I would use the word current
Yeah, I
and
would-
active. I would pick one of those terms for paying your $10 a year, and then I would use the other term for being able to vote with making the attendance policy.
Or can you change it to not
Maybe
active?
we'll just
Isn't everybody an active?
Well, you're an active member. You're a current member if you're a current member if you pay your $10, and then you're active if you actually come to meetings and make the attendance policy. Because they're two totally different things. They're two totally different
Well,
things.
that's just not, because I was telling Mike after the last meeting, I don't like the fact that you have to be active. I think that everybody should, if they want to be a member of the disc golf club, they can be an inactive member and be a member.
I agree.
But like you said, to be, as far as going and, having some sort of say-so on what's going on in some sort of tournament, they should be an active member. There should be a box on our membership application, active or inactive. Still have to pay the same amount of money for your initial membership and when you re-up every year, but you don't have to come to these meetings. Of course, you don't get to vote,
I mean, I'm opposed to the entire attendance policy, to be honest with you. If you pay $10, you want to come to a meeting, you want to vote, I'm cool with that, But that's for the, and that's another thing that I do want to. So, are these bylaws? Are these the bylaw? I mean, are we going to vote on these, or are we going to?
We're going to go over my revision and talk about the main section we talked about was that membership section, and then I may need to make another revision. I don't think this is it necessarily.
Gotcha.
But we're moving forward, and the club's not going to fall apart without the bylaws. But it is important.
It is very important for sure.
And I think that maybe,
that's why I was just wondering, and that you just answered my question 100%.
Okay. I think perhaps if we trust our club members, it simply would be enough to say that a club member must be present, and then that covers everything.
Sure.
And if Jeff Rowe is the only one there, or Alan, or whoever. And the reason why is so that if anyone decides to do something stupid that they shouldn't do, that club member can say, hold on a second, guys.
Right.
We don't want to set the pin up here, or we don't want to do this because then we're getting to a dangerous situation. That's really what it's for.
When is the big tree doubles? Sundays?
I've been out there several times, and it's 10:30, 11 o'clock on Sundays.
I'm gonna play one. I want to go check it out. Sounds fun.
Cheap.
It is.
Where is it?
Disclaimer form. Anybody underneath our umbrella of the club, New Hanover Disc Golf Club, are we not required to have people sign disclaimers, even if it's doubles or singles? Because in our singles,
You're talking about a waiver.
yeah, oh, right. There's a waiver on my sign-up sheet on the monthlies that says, that it eliminates from us being responsible for anything that happens, even though we still have an insurance policy. So if there are the bent tree or your monthlies at Arrowhead or any other doubles, I think we all need to have a uniform waiver that people, when they sign up to join the doubles or the monthly or whatever, that kind of eliminates us as being responsible.
Okay. Do we do that for doubles?
We do not. We never have.
It doesn't work anyway though.
It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Never mind. Forget I said anything.
It ain't notarized.
One option we do have, which is a great option, I think, is you just put a disclaimer on the back of the scorecard. And, or maybe 3-sentence disclaimer at the bottom, that says.
I mean, if it doesn't mean anything, then.
Doesn't mean a thing.
Yeah.
I'm talking about from covering from a legal standpoint. You've been so warned that if you get hurt or you get damaged or whatever. Of course, we carry insurance for these reasons. So whether we need the disclaimer or not, I'm not sure, and I will ask them.
Well, most of the time, the policies that we carry and stuff like this is supposed to be above and beyond the policy that you have, in case they don't cover anything. It's not going to be something where if somebody's leg pops out like Wade's did out there, and they're out on the course and their leg busted because they stepped on a stump, that they're going to make our insurance policy pay for that.
Well, keep in mind, we are covered because we carry our insurance now, and the county requires us. So if it is a quote-unquote official club function and someone gets stung by a bee and their head explodes, we're covered. Well, I'm pretty sure I understand that to be the case.
So with corning insurance, we have to get everybody to sign a waiver. So they're not necessarily bulletproof. They can be defeated, but it's an extra layer that your lawyer and your insurance company will appreciate.
That's exactly right.
So it might not be a bad idea for us to start that policy or that step.
And it'd be really easy because all you would do is you would add the waiver to the sign-up sheet. So basically, the sign-up sheet would be there, and the waiver would be there. Now, whether you read it or not, it's not our. Here it is, and there's your signature.
Right. That's what we do with the monthlies. So.
If somebody reads it, then if they get injured out there, they're less likely, I think, to.
They know.
Yeah.
Well, like Brent said, it's an extra layer.
Okay, I think it is a good idea, and it is covering our butts. All right, if no one has any further comment, we'll take a little 10-minute recess.
There's some water in the kitchen. There's also ice water. There's a dispenser on the refrigerator.
Recess.
Supper.
There's Rocky Mountain water. There's Rocky Mountain water in the refrigerator.
I'll steal the Rocky Mountain water.
There's also a porch on the side if you guys want to take a smoke.
Smoke with you go.
Yeah, he had a hot.
Depending on how late it is.
It's all about your player. So it's been raining a lot. 9:36.
You're busy.
5 years. Was 30, now it's 5.
Oh, yeah.
We got build up.
Yeah, because they were all.
I'll tell you,